There's a strong trend with a lot of younger Americans who are not having children quite yet or having children later on in life, but are turning more to pets and pet grief. Why do you think that is, that we've sort of the connection with pets and people? I'm sure you must cover this.
Yeah, there's a lot of, and first of all, just to unpack grief in general, just a bit for folks, I always say grief is always a change we didn't want. And it's always the death of something. So I think about it this way. Grief comes in all these forms. A breakup is the death of that romantic relationship. A divorce is the death of that marriage. A betrayal is the death of the trust. A job loss is the death of that place, that paycheck. Pet loss is the death of that sweet, companion that you had daily. Even things like narcissism feels like the death of yourself. So it's always a death of something. And when we talk about pet loss, look, my belief on that is, if the love is real, the grief is real. And there's a lot of factors, like in your friend's case, the reality could be you've done a lot of the anticipatory grief work. Your parents are going to die someday. We all psychologically get ready. And you and I didn't have that chance. But, many people do. Their parents live long lives. They see it coming. There's lots of time. We're not as prepared for a pet loss. Your parents, your brother, your other folks may live far away. Your pet is like at your feet daily, in your bed, at your door. Their absence is loud. And I teach something called security in our grief. I hope to get people to feeling secure in their grief. I'm secure in the grief around the death of my son. You can talk about your mother to me, and it doesn't take away from my grief. Like, all our griefs get to live together in this world.
Yeah.
There's enough room. The world is big enough for all our griefs. In the same way, if your friend walked in and started talking about the death of his cat named Kitty, which is so cute, like it doesn't take away from mine. There's no insult. There's no upset. There's no how dare you, my son died. Like, I'm secure in my grief. And it's interesting, even after my son died, months later, sweet, sweet dog of ours died after 17 years. And people are like, which was the worst? And I'm like, why am I choosing again? Like, I think they're just two horrible losses that happen in my life. They don't need to be compared. They don't need, people always ask, which is the worst? And I always go, yours. The one you're going through right now is the worst. That's all we can feel.